Hello everybody, Mike, aka the Magico13, here with Kerbal Space Program and the Out of This World series, episode 4. Today we are headed to Bop. Yes, Bop is the little... Wow, that is extremely loud. Okay, yeah. So, Bop is the little moon that is orbiting around Kerbin in the Alternis system. So I figured why not send, I believe we've got Bill here, why not send Bill there? We're not currently set up to go there. We are apparently headed north, but after we drop these boosters, as you can see them flying around down there, after we drop these boosters, regain control, speed up time. We are, as you can tell now, post-commentary. Haven't done a post-commentary video for quite a while. Episode 6 of the Moderately Buttered series was the last time I think I did. So here's our ship. Yeah, we didn't spend a whole lot of time looking at it, but this is all sped up 4 times. But yes, we are now on our way to getting into orbit. And then we will be on our way to Bop. Right now we've got an apoapsis of 135 kilometers. That's going up. I think I'm trying to keep that about the same. Periapsis above the surface. And now we just need to see if we can't level out our apoapsis and our periapsis a little more. So I'm turning around, pointing in the radial and anti-radial directions, trying to get that aligned. But we are, at the very least, in orbit. Yes, our periapsis is above 70 kilometers, which means we are fine. So now we're just trying to plan our encounter with Bop. And there we go, we've got one right there. Try to... Yeah, so if we got this... If we started this exactly on our ascending or descending node, then our planes would already be aligned. But since we are not, you can tell we will actually be going, I believe, under Bop. So we first should correct our plane to have our planes lined up. And there we go. When the nodes start spinning around, you know that you're pretty close to getting everything lined up. So 0.1 degrees, not bad. 0 degrees is better. Not a number. When you get N, capital N, lowercase a, capital N, that is not a bad thing. That is actually your, it's a division by 0 issue. And that basically just means that your planes are so perfectly lined up that it can't actually calculate it. So yeah, if you get that, don't worry, that's actually good. So yeah, okay, so we have a 7-second burn starting in about 4 seconds. Here we go. I think we're burning. Yes, I may have waited a little too long. This is sped up, and occasionally my computer is not catching up, so I get a little bit of a lag. So now we're just redoing this, making sure that we get it close, and then pointing in the right direction. 31-second burn. That's not too bad. You can see Kerbin in the camera down there. I think you can see Kerbin pointed up. There's Jewel. Very pretty. I do really love the new textures that Alternis has. Oh yeah, so I waited too long, and so we're actually going to not line up with Bop. We're not going to encounter Bop exactly where I had planned, but we still do get an encounter. Wow, I am just having to speed through the commentary on this video. This whole mission took me about 40-45 minutes, and I've condensed it down to less than 20 minutes, and we are less than 5 minutes in, and we're already almost at Bop. So yes, Bop is normally, yes, here we are actually, in the sphere of influence. I'm attempting to set up a capture. I think this one is fine. However, you'll notice we start to experience some lag. You may actually not notice it because this is sped up. However, the timer at the top left is turning yellow, which is really weird because we don't have that many parts. So I fixed that by switching back to the tracking center and coming back. Then we have a bunch of issues trying to set up our capture burn, and you'll notice that's a 470 meters per second. That's not bad. This stage is out, so we have to drop that. But a 32-second burn, 470 meters per second, we are only going 460 with relative to the surface. Those of you who can do math, and those of you who at least are capable of realizing that 470 is larger than 460, will notice that we are actually going to completely kill off all of our orbital velocity, which is an issue. We don't actually want to kill off our orbital velocity, but I didn't notice this at the time, and so we're just burning away happily. I'm like, okay, yeah, everything's going fine. We're not captured yet. So you probably noticed the. Okay, yeah. So our surface speed right now is 6 meters per second. I realize something is wrong, and guess what? We're gonna land right now. I wanted to come in close and look for a good landing spot, preferably on the day side and preferably towards Kerbin, but no, we're gonna land right now, and this is me trying to figure out what just happened. Yeah, so no comms devices. The reason being this is not extended, and then the reason being that we don't actually have a connection to Kerbin. I believe we are more than 1.5 megameters, I believe is the range. So I can't actually transmit any science. So next time I want to set up a communications network with remote tech. Alright, we are headed straight down, hopefully going to land in this crater that you can sort of see. You'll notice on the screen on the right is a slope indicator, which will tell us exactly the slope of the land beneath us, and that's telling us 51.7 degrees, which, well, 52.3 now, which is kind of ridiculous. That's quite a bit of a slope. But this is BOP. And BOP has a ridiculously small amount of gravity. I think we've actually just impacted now, maybe. Looks like we're gonna hit again. Yep, there we go. We hit again. We're just bouncing right now. And I'm not really sure how to handle this because I've never done an IVA landing, and especially not in such a awful landing can. I really do not like the Mark 1 capsule, because it has absolutely no visibility, and I'm really hoping that we get a new one soon, except I know for a fact that we don't. Because next time we're going to focus on remote tech. Oh yes, so right now I think I'm trying to... No, okay, we have landed on the side of a hill. We are tilted quite a bit, and the hill is still even more tilted. So if we can just get into that little crater at the bottom, then we'd be fine. So I'm going to thrust up, actually have us just glide slowly towards that. Point along the retrograde just in case we need to slow down. Also, then our landing legs are extended towards the ground. Yeah, so next time remote tech. After that, I have a space station I would like to put up. I started using station science, so you'll see that. And then after that, I started messing around with planes. Those are all recorded, but I haven't done audio for them yet, so those will all be post-commentary like this one. And then after that, I might go back to live commentary, because it's less exciting, I think, for everyone else, but it's more fun for me. It just requires that I actually have time when no one else is home where I can actually talk to myself rather loudly. while playing a video game. Yeah, my roommates are not really huge fans of that. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of doing it when they're here, so I generally record all of these when there's no one home. So doing post commentary is a lot easier because I can record the video when people are home and then do all the audio when people aren't home. Like right now, it's 12:30. I don't have class right now. Most people are still in class. So I'm sitting here talking about how we have a 6.6 degree slope, which is a lot better than a 60 degree slope. And now we're down to 4.8, yep. And I think we are just bouncing to a halt. SAS is flipping SAS on and off just to try to level. Bop has such a low gravity that our SAS can hold us basically sideways without any issues. So yeah, there we go. We have landed in the bottom of this crater. I can't transmit any science. It's dark because it's basically the night side. We've got some sunlight coming in just basically over the horizon. This is not where I wanted to land. But we will get 10 science for this crew report. Let's do our mystery goo. The goo turns into an odd green-colored ball. That got us some science. I wasn't paying attention. Materials bay, 50 science on recovery. We are definitely going to be recovering that. That's EVA. Do a EVA report. The moon strikingly resembles a potato, which is funny because most people consider Gilly to be a potato. Gilly normally orbits Eve. And I really want to go there if I continue the stock career mode series. But with this series, it doesn't really make a whole sense to do. Yeah, so SAS is totally holding our ship just sideways. And you'll see in a moment, yeah, 60 science for a surface sample. And 16 for an EVA report from the surface. So yeah, Bop got us. Bop will be getting us quite a bit of science, which is very, very nice. Bill is very excited about the science. And this is probably the episode cover. Alright, so let's do what we always have to do, plant a flag. And what should we call this? How about Bip? What do we go with? Bip, Bop, Bill, Plop. Yes, Bip, Bop, Bill, Plop. Bill landed, okay? He has a bit of a sense of humor. Yes, this is the Bip, Bop, Bill, Plop, which is really entertaining to see in the vessel list in the tracking station later on. So yeah, we run around a bit. This is how high we jump. We're still going. That's a jump. I eventually just get to the point where I'm like, okay, let's just use the EVA pack and head back down. Actually, let's go up the side of this crater. And this is one of the coolest things you could ever have happen when going over a mountain. And, of course, my video cuts out and I didn't actually get to see it, but yeah, you see Jewel, and I think the moon, if I remember correctly, just kind of hanging out as you go over this mountain ridge, and it's just really cool. And yeah, so I really like Bop, and we're probably going to come back here later. But yeah, okay, so right now I am trying to get all of the science out of these and storing them in the capsule, because we do not plan on keeping those containers. We're going to drop them when we return to Kerbin. In fact, if I were smart, I would have designed this so that I could possibly drop them now. But yes, so now we have to try to figure out how to get off of here, because this is not at all where I wanted to land, and so I'm not really prepared. Basically, I think we just have to head to the west. And yeah, I'm just kind of lining that up right now, making sure this thing actually is pointed the direction I want to go. We need to go, yeah, to our left right now. It would be our right from that direction. Which, yeah, since north is up, that would be left, because we need to slow our orbital velocity with relation to BOP. I think I may have figured it out by now, maybe not. I don't know, there's a couple seconds before this video speeds up again. Yes, here we go. So we are at least in the air now. Slowly rising. Vertical speed of 25 meters per second. And let's look. Alright, yep, that looks to be the right direction. And now, since BOP is going so... or since we're really not going very fast to escape from BOP, our trajectory really doesn't go down a whole lot. And so now we just have to drop our periapsis down into the atmosphere, just point straight along with our prograde, go straight up. That'll work perfect. Periapsis of 40, and now we warp. Yes, so now we are at our periapsis around Kerbin. I didn't feel like keeping the video for all of that, so now we're going to drop our lower stage and just be a capsule in now. Yeah. So now we have successfully aerobraked down, as you can tell. We have not yet gone for a landing, but now we're going to speed around. And this is all sped up, time warp up, come back around. Don't need to change our direction at all. We have 96 MITs worth of science, which we're not going to transmit any of that. We're going to recover all of it. And as you can tell, we're now in the atmosphere because we're spinning wildly, which is made even worse at 4 times normal speed. Our apoapsis is quickly dropping. We actually managed to do that in about 0.2 days. Yeah, 4 hours, almost 5 hours. It'll end up being like 5 hours when we land. Parachutes are deployed. We are definitely going for landing now. And of course my computer is not keeping up with this. My friend is playing Neverwinter, which they do that a lot. Successful parachute deployment. We're going 6 meters per second, going for a water landing, touchdown, and success! We have successfully landed on BOP. We have recovered a ridiculous amount of science. Well, 204 science are in this mission, 240 total. That is much higher than we've had so far. And now, the quest for solar panels is not yet complete because I haven't bought them yet. But now, the quest for solar panels is complete. And then I wonder what else should I get, and I end up getting the fairings, I believe, yes. And then struts. So, thank you all for watching. I'm Mike. See you all next time.